Hello, I'm going to talk a little bit about apprenticeships, but want to bust some of those myths around apprenticeships and what they are. So, best starting point is what are apprenticeships? So, to put it simply, it's an opportunity to earn whilst you learn. They're going to combine on the job training, a wage, and employment benefits, and a recognised qualification. So, these are an increasingly popular route, but I think there's still a lot of myths surrounding apprenticeships and what they involve. The first big myth is that apprenticeships are only if you're interested in construction or hairdressing. That's wrong. There are thousands of different jobs that are available through the apprenticeship route. Industry wise, they can be broken down into these 15 different sectors and they include over 1,500 different roles. So, most jobs you can get through an apprenticeship, most industries offer them as well. So, it's not just construction and hairdressing, there are loads of opportunities out there. Here's just a few of the examples of some of the companies our students, West Hat students, have gone on to work with as an apprentice in the past. These include different levels of qualifications over a number of different years. But as you can see, some really big companies on there, but also some local employers as well, which is quite nice to see the mix. So another big myth is about the qualification. There's this myth that you do not get a proper qualification. That's simply not true. With an apprenticeship, there are different levels of apprenticeships. So starting from an intermediate, which is a level 2 qualification, so that will be equivalent to 5 GCSEs, grade 9 to 4, going up to a degree apprenticeship where, as the name suggests, you're actually getting a university degree. So depending on what level you go into as an apprentice is depending on the level of qualification that you're going to get. But regardless of what apprenticeship you do, all apprenticeships will provide you with a recognised qualification that you can use in the future to further your career to go on to other jobs. So it is a recognised qualification. There's also this myth that you're overworked as an apprentice. Now, the reality is you are treated as an employee, and by law, the hours that you work are protected. So, as an apprentice, you're looking at a minimum of 30 hours a week, but a maximum of 48 hours a week, or 40 if you're under 18. This does also include the time spent studying at college or training. So, there's this 20% off the job training. What that means is, as part of your hours that you're contracted to work, your training for your qualification is built into that. So it's not a case of your employer is going to turn around and go, you've got to work 40 hours a week, but then on top of that, in your own time, you've got to study. 20% of the time that you have spent as an apprentice will be off the job training working towards that qualification. That could be spent at a college or a training provider, but that could potentially be doing distance learning or with the company's in-house training facility. So another one of the big myths is that you're underpaid as an apprentice, and this is definitely not the case. So you will be earning a fair wage. The minimum wage that an employer can pay is £4.50 an hour at the moment, but there are many employers out there who will pay more than that. So there's different studies done, and these figure changes from sort of year to year and month to month. But recent report said that the average salary across all apprenticeship levels is about £17,484 per year. So as you can guess, that's a pretty decent wage to be having. But again, there's some that may be earning less than that, and there's going to be some that will be earning more than that. It depends on the level of apprenticeship that you're starting, and again, the career and industry that you're going into. But if you compare that to the fact of, say, sixth form or college or university, where you're not earning, you can see the benefit of that wage as an apprentice. I just wanted to give you a few actual examples. So these are vacancies that are currently live that are starting in September 2021. And this gives you some kind of idea of the wages based on the different levels. So as you can see, there's a horticultural apprenticeship, which is an intermediate level, and you're looking potentially up to £340 a week. Then you've got an electrical apprenticeship, which is an advanced level apprenticeship, which is going to be paying over £11,000 per year. Those two apprenticeships would be things that would be open to students at the end of year 11 potentially. Then you've got Amazon with their HR apprenticeship, which is over 29 grand a year. And you've got Santander with their corporate and commercial banking apprenticeship, which is 20,000 a year. As you can see, the degree apprenticeship, although you're earning slightly less for the degree apprenticeship, the thing to bear in mind is Santander for that will be paying for your fees for university for you to get that degree. So you tend to find degree apprenticeships may pay slightly less than higher apprenticeships, but they pay slightly less, but they pay your tuition fees. So again, bit of swings and roundabouts to some extent. But as I've said before, all of those will give you a recognised qualification and, I think you'll agree, a pretty decent wage. So another myth is that you're released or fired once you've finished your apprenticeship or completed your apprenticeship. Now, the reality of this is it could happen. With an apprenticeship, you are on a contract. So once you've finished your apprenticeship, your employer has got no right, is not required to keep you on as an employee, but 90% of apprentices go into work or further training after completing an apprenticeship, with about 2/3 of those staying with the same employer. So again, it shows you that you've got that potential to move on to a different employer or move up within the company. The thing that I would always say when it goes employers firing apprentices once they've completed their apprenticeship is, think of it from an employer's perspective. If they've invested that time and money in training you up, why would they want to fire you once they've got you to that point where they want you to be? So again, this is an investment, not just for you, but for the employers as well. And a big one, sixth form college or university is a better option than apprenticeships. This is the tricky ones, not necessarily, but it does depend on what you want to do. I'm a big advocate in apprenticeships. I think they're an amazing route, an amazing opportunity. There's lots of benefits for them. But the reality is there are certain careers and certain routes out there where university or sixth form or college, for example, is the better option. So you really need to think about where you want to go and what you want to do and whether that will be the best choice for you. Although there are benefits to apprenticeships, it's not the only route. In much the same way that sixth form college or university is not the only route, apprenticeship should be a consideration as well. So, as I've said, to sort of summarise some of the benefits of apprenticeships, you're earning that wage from day one, and that's going to be a decent wage. You're getting a recognised qualification, and you get that on-the-job training, that experience, and that experience is going to help you to build your CV. You can build your CV to develop and work your way through the company you're with, but equally, you can use that experience and those qualifications to go elsewhere or do something different. And you're going to be an employee from day one. You've got that opportunity for promotion, but you've also got that benefits as an employee, things like holiday leave. You've got your wages, you've got your working hours are protected, but equally, potentially with some companies, they may offer you benefits such as a car, they may offer you benefits of sort of healthcare or free gym membership, but again, they will depend from employer to employer. And you're going to be gaining that insight into a particular industry. So there are the benefits from them. Hopefully with this, that's eliminated some of the myths around apprenticeships. If you've got any questions, check out our website. We've got loads of information on there, or get in contact